to be springtime, and it pretty much is. Down the highway south I'll go. We will hitch to Port St. Joe. We're gonna walk the beach where the pirates ghost. We'll haunt that old forgotten coast. I'm gonna trade my car and change my name. Put Wesson oil in my bar and chain. Gonna fix a roadkill black bear roast. Get fat on that forgotten coast. No one's gonna find me there with my steel guitar and my rocking chair among the seafood shacks and oyster boats. Hide out on that forgotten coast. No one's gonna find me there with my fishing pole and my rocking chair. Sell the one I'll miss the most. He's down on that forgotten coast. Down the highway south I'll go. We will hitch to Port St. Joe. We're gonna walk the beach where the pirates ghost. We'll haunt that old forgotten coast. We're gonna cut my hair and change my name. When the Percodan won't touch the pain. Tell the one I'll miss the most. He's down on that forgotten coast. Tell the one I'll miss the most. He's gone down that forgotten coast. Things are getting back to normal here. We got the air conditioning on. Last week I was out there breaking ice off the outside unit because it kept water dripping off the roof and freezing the fan blades so the heat pump wouldn't work. Of course that only mattered because we had power. We were lucky, really lucky. Had enough of this small town bullshit. I'm not staying in school. I'm making good dough, working with my brother, cleaning out pools. I'm going out to California, and man, it won't be long. As soon as I get my license, color me gone. Oh, knock it off, Johnny. Man, you're living in your head. You ain't even got a car and these chicks don't believe a word you said. But you're doing all the talking, so I'll just keep quiet. And this'll probably go nowhere, but I can't blame you for trying. It's just us kids in the park at night, hanging around neath the vapor lights. Got no drugs and we got no guns, not even bothering anyone. Don't have to wear a necktie, I don't have to punch a clock. I started up a .com company and man, it rocks. Won't you come with me down to Mexico in the winter with some friends? My divorce will be final long about then. Meanwhile, I got a gram and a real good ride. And don't you know I hurt way down inside? It's just us kids in the parking lot, out here giving it all we got. We don't want to get old and die, and there ain't nothing we wouldn't try. We could really have it all. My kid's gonna graduate next fall, and I could take retirement in 10 years. It's a damn short movie, how'd we ever get here? It's just us kids hanging out today, watching our long hair turning gray. Not so skinny, maybe not so free, not so many as we used to be. It's just us kids hanging out today, watching our long hair turning gray. Not so skinny, maybe not so free, not so many as we used to be. Not so skinny, maybe not so free, not so many as we used to be. Here's one off the new record. This record just moved from LA to Nashville. It's being mastered in Nashville. It was mixed in LA. So send this out to Mr. Richard Dodd, Nashville, Tennessee. Ross Hogarth, Woodland Hills, California. But she woke up mad, she's trying to pick a fight. Got a phone to my ear cause I'm trying to book a flight, and she's crazy as a goddamn loon. And the airline's drowning in the belly of the beast, and they're all bogged down from the weather in the east, and we're not going anywhere soon. It's 30 degrees on the Emerald Coast. I spilt my coffee and I burnt my toast, and the rent car's sitting on a flat. Internet's down and they don't know why, and I damn near made the desk clerk cry, and there wasn't any reason for that. She's camped in the shower and she won't come out. I don't have a clue what that's about. I'll just have to wait and see. Can't get online to check the bank. Twitter's on fire, my stock's all tanked. But what's really getting to me is I keep losing my glasses. 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 Georgia license, code B restriction. Can't drive unless I got my specs on. Double negatives, proper diction in this North Florida redneck lexicon. Ain't nothing but Fox News fiction on. Nobody's showing the game I'm betting on. How they gonna build a wall with no Mexicans anyway? Honeymoon's over, less than enchanted. Gonna be driving back to Atlanta. She don't like the freeway, so we're going scenic. Apalachicola and points in between. Patches of fog going up the Sop Choppy. 10-4 driver, we good and gone. Copy, we'll get home tonight or there's gonna be hell to pay. Roadside stand selling Tupelo, honey. You take your jar and leave them the money. That's how they do it down here. But it's cold and they're not selling today. She'd just break a jar on my head anyway, 'cause it's my fault we got such a damn late start. I was doing my part for my art and I kept losing my glasses. I keep losing my glasses. I keep losing my glasses. Losing my glasses. Made the exit and turned up Ponce, and I'll be damned if I know what she wants, but we gotta get something to eat. Majestic Diner's our best chance. Pork chop and eggs ought to save the romance. It's maybe a mile up the street. My daddy told me if you got any sense, better feed the woman. Many years hence I know what he meant, and I got me a plan, but I can't read the menu, 'cause damn I keep losing my glasses. I keep losing my glasses. I keep losing my glasses. That song is called Fort Walton Wake Up Call. It's turning into kind of a Florida-centric set here, I understand, but Florida's a nice place sometimes. When it has normal weather. Of course, even Texas can be nice in normal weather. He was more than just a decent man, best friend I ever had. When you're shooting at a coffee can, a 38 don't kick that bad, but it kicks right through my bones every second of every day, clacking by like cobblestones under broken wheels. And if the truth be known, I wasn't doing that well. I wasn't paying attention. I brought it on myself and I blamed it on the gods that seemed to smile on everybody else. I got so inside out, I didn't know what was real. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. I took the pistol off the wall. Somebody hollered, put it back. Sit down, Dad, before you fall down. You got no earthly use for that. But I slipped out the kitchen door, saddled up the swayback mule, cinched her tight and swung on board, rode off like a drunken fool. Rode right on off the world, just like it never mattered none. There wasn't nothing but me and the hurt and the biting cold and the heft of that gun and the pocket of sheepskin coat. Moonlight in a madman's eye for the unfairness of it all. Surely something had to die. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. He came out in the lantern light. His face in the flash was the last I saw of the world when it was still right. I didn't watch him fall. I knew I'd hit him good, twice in the chest without a thought. Turned the mule towards the county seat, like I knew I ought. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. Lola comes to visit. There's just nothing I can say. We sit here of an afternoon till it's time for her to go away. She rides home on that same mule that brought me to this place. Don't know how she even stands to look upon her daddy's face. He was more than just a decent man, best friend I ever had. When you're shooting at a coffee can, a 38 don't kick that bad. We'll try this. I wrote this in New Orleans. skies are taller in Louisiana. The skies are wider in New Mexico. The skies in Texas kind of split the difference. They don't suit me no matter where I go. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world, I know. A river runs east out of West Virginia. Rivers run west down in Tennessee. A river runs north out of South Dakota. None of that makes a damn to me. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world, I know. You ask me where I'm coming from, I'm not sure I can say. You ask me where I'm headed, I'll just grin. Don't ask too many questions, I'll be coming back to stay. You know not to ask me where I've been. So I'm looking up at a constellation, looking down at the frozen ground, looking out for all my interests. Looking in just brings me down. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world. You know I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world. I ain't got a place. I ain't got a place in this world, I know. Ruby said you're getting us in a world of hurt. Down below the Mason dumbass line, the food gets worse. I can't go back to Tennessee. That NASCAR country's not for me. Go on if you think you must. Carlos packed his drums up in the dark of night. Ruby standing just outside the front porch light. Chain smoking Camel Straights, the sky off to the east got gray. And he rolled off in a cloud of dust. And the gray coat nickered at the gate. She said, you're right, it's getting late. You and me got work to do. We can't be burning daylight too. She took down a long lead rope and stayed off of that slippery slope. The aspen trees were turning gold up top. The talk was buzzing round the beauty shop. Wasn't he barely half her age? Oh, that's just how they do nowadays. We should all have been so lucky. And by spring she'd had the run of the freeborn men. And Ruby turned 50 in a sheep camp tent. And her body still could rock all night, but her heart was closed and locked up tight. Potato fields all muddy and brown, the gossip long since quieted down. And after one more Coggins test, pouring coffee for the county vet, pictures on the icebox door of Carlos in the first Gulf War, black-eyed, brown and youthful face, smiling back from a Saudi base. And then Carlos on the Big Bay mare, heavier now and longer haired. looking past the saddle shed from way on back inside his head. The old vet said one day, "Rube, that colt will break an egg in you." Now and then one comes along you just can't ride. And he went on home, and the storm door didn't catch. It blew back hard as she struck a match, but she cupped it just in time. Then she sent the ashtray flying. Holding back the flood just don't do no good. You can't unclench your teeth to howl the way you should. So you curl your lips around the taste of tears and a hollow sound that no one owns but you. No one owns but you. Carlos took the road gig and he saw it through. He rode the tour bus while the singer flew. Managed out of Music Row, Carlos never saw the studio. Session guys had that all sewn up. He looks out the window and it starts to sleet. Laying on a friend's couch on Nevada Street. Lately he's been staying high, sick all winter and they don't know why. They don't know why, or they just don't say. They don't talk much down at the VA. The ruby's in his thoughts sometimes, what thoughts can get out past the wine. He feels her fingers on his brow, and right then he misses how she looked in that gray morning light. She never shaved like they all do now. He sees it all behind his eyes and his hands go searching, but they come up dry. And halfway in that waking dream, Carlos lets the landline ring. He'd never have guessed it was Ruby calling, a pin in her hip from the gray coat falling. Figure eights in a lazy lope, stumbled on that slippery slope. Holding back the flood just don't do no good. You can't unclench your teeth to howl the way you should. So you curl your lips around a taste of tears and a hollow sound that no one owns but you. No one owns but you. Mikey's mad about something. Could be the mean cat has him boxed out away from the dog door. Or it could be he's just mad about something. They broke into your car last night, took the stereo. Now you say you don't know why you even live there anymore. The garage man didn't see a thing, so you guess it was an inside job. You made a reservation, table for 3. Said you'd have to wait, somebody must have bribed the maitre d'. The boss got mad and he blamed it all on you. bad and the deal fell through. Well, out here in the middle, you can park it on the street. You step up to the counter, you nearly always get a seat. Nobody steals, nobody cheats. Wish you were here, my love. Wish you were here, my love. 'Cause we got tractor pulls and Red Man chew, amber waves of grain and, yeah, I don't know where, corporate reload refugees that need love too. We ain't seen Elvis in a year or two. We got justification for wealth and greed, amber waves of grain and bathtub speed. Now we even got Starbucks. What else you need? Out here in the middle, where the center's on the right, and the ghost of William Jennings Bryan preaches every night to save the lonely souls in the dashboard light. Wish you were here, my love. Wish you were here, my love. Out here in the middle, where the buffalo roam, we're putting up towers for your cell phones. We screen all applicants with a fine-tooth comb. Wish you were here, my love. Wish you were here, my love. Wish I were there, my love. I'm getting a little tired of that damn dog. Hold on just a second. Ah, here he comes. Right on cue. Didn't have to go out after all. Let's see. For everybody that remembers the Hoagie Ranch on 6th Street in Tucson, Arizona. The Potbelly Cafe right across from Lloyd's. Short tables, no slop 8-ball, line a crank off his gold top Les Paul. Woke you up, set you right, kept you talking till the middle of the next night. He had the stance, major attitude, vibrato you could have thrown a cat through. A little much, a little heavy, I guess the world just wasn't ready. Just a ghost from back a long time ago. Blue-eyed shadow you never mentioned anymore. Nothing ventured, nothing saved. You poured it out like bourbon on a fresh grave and learned your lesson well. You learned your lesson well. No helmet or a care in the world, being such a bad little girl. Your face buried in the back of his shirt. Shut your eyes and you never get hurt on the valley road. Black walls looking through the front door, mirror ball in the middle of the dance floor. And in the dream it's still the same, but in the daylight none of that remains. Waking up to the cold hard facts, seem like everybody's living in the third act. It's how it happens, it's kind of weird. The whole scene just disappeared. We learned our lesson well. We learned our lesson well. He missed a curve on his hardtail sled, nothing broken except for his head. You know it's kind of fitting somehow, hard to picture what he'd look like now. We learned our lesson well. You learned your lesson well. You learned your lesson well. You learned your lesson. No helmet or a care in the world, being such a bad little girl. Your face buried in the back of his shirt. Shut your eyes and you never get hurt. Flying in the Papago wind, halfway to Gila Bend. No helmet or a care in the world, being such a bad little girl on the valley road. Well, this one here fits into the Floridian theme of this here set. It's I think it's set in Key West because Jimmy Buffett wrote it, and I think he lives there or did. I've never been down there. I've never driven south of Miami. I would like to drive that Keys Highway just once, just to say I did it. Probably freaked me out because going over water for that long, where you look out and you don't see anything to contain you. Like that St. Augustine Bridge. Is that the one, or is it St. Petersburg? Somewhere way down. I guess it's St. Petersburg, Florida. On the Gulf side, there's one of those bridges that has all the suspension in the middle. So if you're driving and you look to the right, you just see the horizon, and it's water. And you don't dare look at the edge of the bridge, or I don't. Anyway. Yeah, I don't miss driving all that much. What I miss about touring is the food, the restaurants in various cities. And I hope some of them are still there. There's a woman going crazy on Caroline Street, stopping every man that she does meet, saying if you'll be gentle, if you be sweet. I'll show you my place on Caroline Street. She claims in a loud voice to be a dancer. I don't think she's cut a rug in years. She listens to the jukebox for her answers, slowly guzzling 25-cent beers. She talks about the men she's known and then some. She sees them in her dreams and on the streets. She slides her dapper legs from beneath the table, as if to reveal some kind of treat. There's a woman going crazy on Caroline Street, stopping every man that she does meet, saying, if you'll be gentle, if you'll be sweet, I'll show you my place on Caroline Street. Her lover left her stranded in Jamaica. Just right now she can't recall his name, feeling she's the center of attention. But all the lurking eyes, they look the same. The weather's got the shrimpers in a frenzy. They're horny and they don't need a good excuse. Someone yells and things just start erupting. In a flash, all hell is broken loose. There's a woman going crazy on Caroline Street, stopping every man that she does meet, saying, if you'll be gentle, if you'll be sweet, I'll show you my place on Caroline Street. I woke up and looked around the barroom. She was gone and I was black and blue. So careful when you go to swing your partner. Someone just might take a swing at you. There's a woman going crazy on Caroline Street, stopping every man that she does meet, saying, if you'll be gentle, if you'll be sweet, I'll show you my place on Caroline Street. I know, I'll play my blonde 12-string. I like that one. A little bit loud and a little bit bright, but you know, it sure is pretty to look at. Well, I hope someday I get to quit singing this song, but it seems to still apply. My brother's a fascist, lives in Palacios, fishes the pier every night. He holsters his Glock in a double retention. He smokes while he waits for a bite. He don't like the Muslims, he don't like the Jews, he don't like the blacks, and he don't trust the news. He hates the Hispanics and alternate views. He'll tell you it's tough to be white. My sister's a Christian, she likes to go fishing, she don't mind my brother at all. He puts her on redfish and flounder and trout, and they tear up the flats in the fall. She gets back to Dallas all sunburnt and sour, worn out from slinging plugs hour after hour, seeing spots when she closes her eyes in the shower. She don't see a conflict at all. That's the state of the union, I guess. It's always been iffy at best. We're all in the family, the cursed and the blessed. It's the state of the union, I guess. Now mother turned 80, consummate lady. We took her to Golden Corral, 'cause she likes the yeast rolls and the Bourbon Street chicken. We oughta known better by now. 'Cause me and my brother got into it good. I called him a hick and he called me a hood. He said Dad always treated his Mexicans good. I guess you think you're better somehow. Yeah, you think you're better, Mr. Cardigan Sweater, snowflake if ever there was. You think you're so cool, you did good in school, you got whooped every day on the bus. Sister lit out for the shouting got worse. Went to Wednesday night prayer at the New Christian Church with a cross on her neck and a 9 in her purse. She might be the wisest of us. That's the state of the union, I say. Christmas dinner was sure hell to pay. It was how about them cowboys and have a blessed day. It's the state of the union, I say. It's the state of the union, I guess. We're all in a hell of a mess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the state of the union, I guess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the state of the union, I guess. Well, I'll try this. Sometimes it works. I think I'll go with technology on this one. It's like that Dan George line in Little Big Man. Sometimes the magic works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's go eat. Look off down the highway at the glittering lights, like windshield glass on the shoulder at night. As the diesels come grinding on up from the plains, all bunched up like pearls on a string. I guess time don't mean nothing, not nothing at all. And out on the horizon, the broken stars fall. Old broken stars, they fall down on the land and get mixed in together with the lights of Cheyenne. Well, I've been up all night and I'm down in my back. I've been working the counter to take up the slack, 'cause the money tree's light and the whiskey stream's low. You ain't worked a week since July. You say the gravel pit's hiring after the first, but you don't have the nature for that kind of work. You might could hire on, but you won't make a hand. And I'll still be here looking at the lights of Cheyenne. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. But if the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. We go on good behavior when our youngest comes home. She comes up from Boulder, but she don't stay long. And that oldest still fights me like she was 18. She stopped in for a six-pack a while ago. She's got a cowboy problem, and this last one's a sight. He's all dressed up like Gunsmoke for Saturday night. And they were off to the bars for lack of a plan, racing the stars to the lights of Cheyenne. You've kept all that meanness inside you so long. You'd fight with a fence post if it looked at you wrong. Well, a post won't hit back and it won't call the law. I look at you right, or I don't look at all. I take a crumpled up soft pack and I give it a shake. Out by the dumpster on a cigarette break, with one eye swole up from the back of your hand, and the other eye fixed on the lights of Cheyenne. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. But if the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. Now there's antelope grazing in range of my gun. Coming opening weekend, you won't see a one. They'll vanish like ghosts, 'cause somehow they know. But now they're up to the fence in the early dawn, and it's warming up nicely for this time of year. The creeks are still frozen, but the roads are all clear. And I don't have it in me to make one more stand, though I never much cared for the lights of Cheyenne. Thanks for coming out, folks. you enjoyed it, and I'll be back Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday. It's getting to be a habit. Please stay safe, stay warm. Gates of the schoolyard are padlocked and chained to keep all the children in out of the rain. Art teachers preaching virtues of pastel shades. You pay no attention, but it won't hurt your grades, 'cause you're painting by numbers, connecting the dots. They don't have to tell you, you don't call the shots. You jump when they say jump, you don't ask how high. 'Cause painting by numbers, they know you'll get by. Painting by numbers, they know you'll get by. You take a position in the old man's firm. He signs all the papers, you agree to the terms. They let you run errands, you don't get days off. You take out the garbage and hope it pays off. You're painting by numbers, connecting the dots. You work from the neck down, you don't call the shots. You jump when they say jump, you don't ask how high. 'Cause painting by numbers, they know you'll get by. Painting by numbers, they know you'll get by. You might be in grad school up at MIT. You might be down in the canal zone doing all that you can be. You might get to thinking you're ahead of the game. When you break it all down, it all comes out the same. You're painting by numbers, connecting the dots. You work from the neck down, you don't call the shots. You jump when they say jump, you don't ask how high. 'Cause painting by numbers, you know you'll get by. With We're painting by numbers, connecting the dots. We work from the neck down as often as not. We jump when they say jump. We don't ask how high. 'Cause painting by numbers, we know we'll get by. Painting by numbers, we know we'll get by. Painting by numbers, we know we'll get by. Thank you much. Till next time.